This video addresses the relevance of the statement, I am active and healthy, and the possible responses to that statement. Hi, I'm Dr. Brent Van Hook, Director of Shepherd's Fold Ministries. The relevance of this statement goes back to an extensive research project that we commissioned in 2019, studying the predictors of well being among retirement age preachers and missionaries from over 12 denominations. We have found that our study correlates well, though, to all believers, whether you're a preacher or missionary or not, and of all ages who want lifelong kingdom impact, realizing that well being is an important part of that. Here's what we found in our study: 28% responded to the statement, I'm active and healthy, by choosing the answer no. 72% chose the answer yes. The reason this is significant is because among those who chose the answer no, they had a very poor overall well being. In fact, as part of the research project, every single participant received a well being score. In fact, they charted that, asked a few questions to figure out how well every single participant was doing in their overall well being. And then, when it came to questions and statements like this, they took all those who answered no and averaged their well being. And I have over here a traffic light, a traffic signal with 5 marks per light itself, it's a total of 15. And I'm charting on this traffic light what the numerical values would have been, just to make it easier for me to see in graphic form. And so, as you see here, the 28% who chose no, all those who chose no, they averaged their well being. And on a traffic light symbol here, you see that they're in the red. Stop. Things are not good. Something needs to be addressed. However, those who answered yes to the statement, I am active and healthy, were doing just right in the middle of green light. Things were going well. In fact, if they worked on it, there's not a lot that could happen in the way of improving the overall well being of the participants who answered yes. Therefore, we know that the response to this question, I am active and healthy, has a lot to do with overall well being. I want to make two statements, and these two statements are this: we all have something to share, and we all have something to learn. When I think about those who may have, if you have taken this test and you took the 1 minute quiz and have answered this statement, if you answered yes, we would consider being active and healthy a strength of yours. And I would appreciate it if you would take a few moments and reflect on what helps keep you in a state of being active and healthy. And then what I'd like for you to do is to share that. Share that with me. My email address is brent@shepherdsfoldministries.com. Remember, our second statement is we all have a lot to learn. And those who may have chosen the word no in response to the statement, I am active and healthy, well, there's a lot of room for improvement. In fact, if we could just work on this one issue, our statistics say that our overall well being would improve by a great deal. In fact, one way to say it is this: if you could do one thing, if you could address one area in your life, would you do it, knowing that it would make a huge difference? In fact, if our answer is no to this statement, we would say that there's a disproportionate blessing that could come our way if we were to work on this. In other words, for the time we spent working on it, we would get a huge amount of overall well being improvement in our lives. It would affect every area of our lives. And so, in fact, you can see that on this chart here. There's a difference of 9 marks out of a possible 15, well over half of what is, it could be even be charted in our overall well-being, could be improved upon if our answer is no. And so, therefore, those who have something to learn, as I said, if we could do one thing and make it a big impact, would we be willing to do that? And so I'm going to offer a first step, actually a 3-part first step that takes less than 30 minutes to do. The idea is it would make a huge difference in our overall well-being if we're under the category of those who find this an improvement opportunity. instead of a strength. And so, what we've provided are several things. One is we have provided a very brief self assessment of overall health for you. So, on your own, you can take a moment. There are just 8 questions here. Describe your current weight and your goal, your waist in terms of inches, current and goal, eating plan, drinking of water on a daily basis, your sleep in hours per night, and how many times do you have 30 minutes of physical activity? How many days a week is that able to occur? We're trying to get just a quick snapshot of some of the major areas that could be first steps in improving overall health. And then, fielder's choice, is there any issue related to health that needs to be addressed, that you know needs to be addressed? We ask you to consult your physician for the best ways to address improvement opportunities for these 7 issues. I'd also like to bring this up that if there is an activity that involves physical action, remember, now we go back to the original statement, I am active and healthy. We didn't say what kind of activity. We didn't define what healthy was. We just said, are you active? And so, question number 8 in the brief the summary here that you could take is to say, is there any action, any activity that involves physical action that feels like play? I just enjoy doing it. And if that's a possibility, how can I increase that? And so I told you there were 3 steps to this first step that we are providing for you, a quick, less than 30 minutes snapshot and ideas of improvement. So the first is the self-assessment, and we'll make that available to you. The second is the question, is there any activity that I do that involves physical action that I could increase in my lifestyle? And then third, we're going to provide the Couch to 5K app. Over 4 million people have participated through this app. It's a great step-by-step way to help those who are inactive find a way to participate, if you're physically able, in a 5K, a 5 kilometer experience. So we're going to make that available as well. So may the Lord continue to bless us as we look at this issue. I am active and healthy. May we be able to answer that in increasingly good ways. And in doing so, may we experience and find higher forms of well being in our lives as we use our lives to make a difference for God and His kingdom as He works through us.